Welcome to Winner's Voice, where timeless books inspire powerful minds and lasting success. Today, we bring you The Power of Concentration by Theron Q, Dumont, a classic guide to building a strong mindset, powerful habits, and achieving success. Let's begin. Introduction. It is of the utmost value to learn how to concentrate. To make the greatest success of anything, you must be able to concentrate your entire thought upon the idea you are working on. The person that is able to concentrate utilizes all constructive thoughts and shuts out all destructive ones. The greatest man would accomplish nothing if he lacked concentration. Lesson 1. Concentration finds a way. Our two natures. One wants to advance. The other wants to pull us back. The one we concentrate on and develop determines what we will become, how you may change your whole career and accomplish miracles. We can be completely controlled by our concentrated thought. How can you make an opportunity? One man's opportunity is usually another man's loss. A very beneficial practice. Why we get back what we give out. A wonderful, encouraging tonic. Every man that is willing to put forth the necessary effort can be a success. The man that is best prepared to do things. How to make your services always in demand. How to reach the top. The man selected to manage is not usually a genius. He does not possess any more talent than others. What he does possess that others do not. Why a few succeed and so many fail. Lesson 2. The self-mastery. Self-direction power of concentration. Very few men possess the power to concentrate as they should. The cause of poor concentration. A very good practice. Concentration means strength of mind. The person unable to concentrate never accomplished a great deal. How many weaken their powers of concentration? How concentration can only be developed. How to control your every thought, wish, and plan. What concentration is. The person that is able to concentrate gains the power to control others. Concentration makes the will and intellect act in unison. Why some people are not magnetic. When a powerful personal influence is generated. How to become influential. The cause of spasmodic, erratic concentration. How to centralize your attention. A quick way to develop concentration. The development of physical and mental concentration. How to learn a valuable lesson. One of the best ways to influence another. A good exercise. The real benefit of physical culture usually lost sight of. How to hold the facilities at work. Lesson 3. How to gain what you want through concentration. The mistake made by those that do not understand the power of mental attraction. How to get what you want. We are not living in a fairy age, not the age for a dreamer. The secret of getting what you concentrate on. How a messenger in a bank became its president. Power to him who power exerts. Lesson 4. Concentration. The silent force that produces results in all business. The power of thought. An experiment showing the power of thought. By concentrated thought, you can make yourself what you please. How to greatly increase your efficiency. The face reflects how a person has spent his life. How to awaken possibilities within you never dreamed of. How to inspire confidence in those you deal with. The value of concentrating your thoughts in the proper channels. How to attract the good things without a great effort. By concentration, you can revolutionize your life and gain happiness greater than you can imagine. Lesson 5. How concentrated thought links all humanity together. How you may become successful. The barriers to success can be controlled. How to realize your fondest ambitions. How to overcome destructive forces. How to become the master of circumstances. Through concentration, you can mold your environment. You can get what you want, sowing the thought seeds of success. Mind forces that are hardly dreamed of at present. A method for removing unfavorable conditions. Concentration makes you happy and gives you plenty to do. Lesson 6. The training of the will to do. The great secret of any accomplishment. Everything is possible today. The inner energy that controls all conscious acts. How you can become a genius. A mighty force at your disposal. Rules that will make you a man among men. The spirit that wins. Concentration develops determination and perseverance. Some special instructions. What willpower is. You have as strong a will as anyone. You determine your own fate. The importance of learning to use your will. Lesson 7. The concentrated mental demand. The attitude of the mind affects the expression of the face. The wonderful power of the concentrated mental demand. How to desire something and exclude all distracting thoughts. The silent force of wonderful power within all of us. How to make plans work out. The mightiest power in the world is free for you to use. The motive power which supplies the energies necessary for achievement. Lesson 8. Concentration gives mental poise. The man that can concentrate is well poised. What you must do to be successful today. Concentration that is dangerous. How to make those you come in contact with feel as you do. The man that becomes a power in the world. You can control your life and actions. Successful lives are the concentrated lives. Why people do not get what they concentrate on. Lesson 9. Concentration can overcome bad habits. Habit is but a powerful enemy and wonderful ally of concentration. Most people are controlled through the power of habit. Most people are imitators and copiers of their past selves. All physical impressions are the carrying out of the actions of the will and intellect. How everyone could be made happier and successful. Some wonderful maxims. Habit, the deepest law of human nature. How to overcome undesirable habits. Some special instructions by Dr. Oppenheim. Lesson 10. Business results gained through concentration. A successful business not the result of chance. Failure not caused by luck. The intense desire that is necessary to make a business a success. Those that achieve permanent success deserve it. The man that is able to skillfully manage his business. How to realize your ambition. The successful business attitude. Your opinion should be as good as anyone else. How many ruin their judgment. The man that gets the best results. A successful business not hard to build up. Maybe build up in a few years now, whereas formerly it took a lifetime. How to do more and better work. How to attract the ideas thought out by others. Many attract forces and influences that they should not. Broaden the visions of those you come in contact with. Lesson 11. Concentrate on courage. Lack of courage creates financial, as well as mental and moral difficulties. The man without courage attracts all that is contemptible, weakening, demoralizing, and destructive. It is just as easy to be courageous as cowardly. Courage concentrates the mental forces on the task at hand. Cowardice dissipates both mental and moral forces. How to banish doubts. No one knows what they can do until they try. Once you understand the law, everything is possible. How to build up courage to do as you wish. Difficulties soon melt away before the courageous. Lesson 12. Concentrate on wealth. No one was intended to be poor. Through wealth we can uplift ourselves and humanity. Uncongenial and unpleasant conditions are not conducive to proper thought. First step toward acquiring wealth. Most men of all ages have been comparatively rich. Wealth not altogether the result of being industrious. No one can become wealthy from his earnings. Why some have to be taught such painful lessons? How many attract poverty instead of riches? Why it is necessary to give a fair exchange for what we receive? How to make your society not only agreeable to others, but sought after. Lesson 13. You can concentrate, but will you? All have the ability to concentrate. More ability not used than is used. Sometimes only a trifle keeps one from becoming a success. The fault is all your own. How to discover the cause if you are not making good. Make conditions favorable and do not expect them to shape themselves. Stumbling blocks but stepping stones. Hard passages can be bridged if you just concentrate on them. Why more people do not succeed. Don't be afraid of a rebuff. The man that knows no such thing as failure. Be ready for an opportunity when it comes. No circumstances can keep the determined man from succeeding. Lesson 14. Art of concentrating with practical exercise. A daily habit will wonderfully increase your concentration. Seeing yourself as you would like to be. Instruction of the greatest importance. The great creative spirit of the universe. Why things manifest as they do. The cosmic intelligence. A most desired state. How to receive messages from the universal mind. How to develop power unknown to you before. Make your mind a powerful transmitter of thought. The best time to practice concentration exercises. How to rejuvenate every cell of your brain and body. an exercise that will give you a self-poised manner, instead of a nervous, strained appearance. Concentrating on the powers within. Concentration will save your energy. How to keep from getting irritable or nervous. The Eastern way of concentrating. Exercise and controlling desires. Lesson 15. Concentrate so you will not forget. Why people forget. An easy way to remember. How to deepen your impression. Exercise and memory concentration. Lesson 16. How concentration can fulfill your desire. The desire to do implies the ability to do. Man has within him the power to gratify his every wish. If you have been unable to satisfy your longings, it is time you learn how to use your God-given powers, priceless knowledge and unlimited possibilities within you that is foreign to most people. How to concentrate on what you want and get it. The miraculous help we apparently receive at times. How one man started a business on 13 cents and in 6 years built up a business that pays him $6,000 a year. When you put forth the necessary concentrated effort, you will receive great help from unknown sources. Lesson 17. Ideals developed by concentration. Your happiness and success depends upon your ideals. A valuable lesson. Through concentration, we can work out our ideals in physical life. What a different world this would be if we would build the right kind of ideals. Every time you change your ideal, you think differently. Life is one continuous unfoldment. You can be happy every step of its way or miserable as you please. How our grandest thoughts come to us. Lesson 18. Mental control through creation. An inventor's vision. Why it is easy to project your thoughts to another. How your mental powers can draw to you forces of a helpful nature. The big businessman must possess mental power control. How to make a friend or relative succeed. How to generate enthusiasm and the spirit of success. Your environment is either helpful or harmful. Mental starvation. How to instill your thoughts and ideas into others. Influence that must be shaken off before you can advance. Our attitude has more to do with success than you realize. Lesson 19. A concentrated will development. A most effective and practical method of developing the will. Practical exercises. Will training without exercises. Willpower can overcome big obstacles. The will to win. Man an unknown quality until his powers are developed. Ability plentiful, but organizing, initiative, and creative power not so plentiful. The driving force within. Lesson 20. Concentration reviewed. Those unable to concentrate will generally suffer from poverty and unhappiness. The best instructor will only help you to the extent you put into practice, gaining the mastery of your work, life powers, and forces. Concentrate the dominant quality that makes men successful. Everyone can learn to concentrate better. An experiment to try. Final instructions. Introductory, we all know that in order to accomplish a certain thing, we must concentrate. It is of the utmost value to learn how to concentrate. To make a success of anything, you must be able to concentrate your entire thought upon the idea you are working out. Do not become discouraged if you are unable to hold your thought on the subject very long at first. There are very few that can. It seems a peculiar fact that it is easier to concentrate on something that is not good for us than on something that is beneficial. This tendency is overcome when we learn to concentrate consciously. If you will just practice a few concentration exercises each day, you will find you will soon develop this wonderful power. Success is assured when you are able to concentrate, for you are then able to utilize for your good all constructive thoughts and shut out all the destructive ones. It is of the greatest value to be able to think only that which will be beneficial. Did you ever stop to think what an important part your thoughts, concentrated thoughts, play in your life? This book shows their far-reaching and all-abiding effects. These lessons you will find very practical. The exercises I have thoroughly tested. They are arranged so that you will notice an improvement from the very start, and this will give you encouragement. They point out ways in which you can help yourself. Man is a wonderful creature, but he must be trained and developed to be useful. A great work can be accomplished by every man if he can be awakened to do his very best. But the greatest man would not accomplish much if he lacked concentration and effort. Dwarfs can often do the work of giants when they are transformed by the almost magic power of great mental concentration. But giants will only do the work of dwarfs when they lack this power. We accomplish more by concentration than by fitness. The man that is apparently best suited for a place does not always feel it best. It is the man that concentrates on its every possibility that makes an art of both his work and his life. All your real advancement must come from your individual effort. This course of lessons will stimulate and inspire you to achieve success. It will bring you into perfect harmony with the laws of success. It will give you a firmer hold on your duties and responsibilities. The methods of thought concentration given in this work, if put into practice, will open up interior avenues that will connect you with the everlasting laws of being and their exhaustless foundation of unchangeable truth. As most people are very different, it is impossible to give instructions that will be of the same value to all. The author has endeavored in these lessons to awaken that within the soul which perhaps the book does not express. So study these lessons as a means of awakening and training that which is within yourself. Let all your acts and thoughts have the intensity and power of concentration. To really get the full benefit of these lessons, you should read a page, then close the book and thoughtfully recall its ideas. If you will do this, you will soon cultivate a concentrated mental habit, which will enable you to read with ordinary rapidity and remember all that you read. You've been listening to The Power of Concentration by Theron Q. Dumont. Thank you for joining The Winner's Voice. If you found this valuable, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more powerful audiobooks. Stay focused, keep growing, and think like a winner